The Flying Thunder God technique is a legendary space-time ninjutsu devised by Tobarama Senju. To activate it, the user must tag their target with a special sealing mark. This mark, applied with just a touch, remains permanently, even surviving the user's death. Once tagged, the user can teleport to that location instantly, regardless of how far away it is, or even if it's in another dimension. The technique also allows teleportation of anything in contact with the user's chakra, including people and objects, though doing so with large masses consumes significant chakra and may reduce range. In combat, having this mark on an opponent is a massive strategic edge. The user can appear beside them at will, turning the tide in an instant. Whether the enemy attacks or escapes, the user can close the gap and strike before they even realize it. It's also one of the most effective escape tools, letting the user dodge fatal blows by warping away in a blink. Offensively, users often apply the formula to weapons like kunai, which they throw and teleport to for sudden attacks. How many targets a user can mark depends on their chakra pool and how well they can sustain those seals. Minato Namikaze was known to use this on dozens of enemies at once, which contributed to his reputation as the fastest shinobi of his generation, traveling through space-time almost instantly. During the Fourth Great Ninja War, when Tobarama and Minato were brought back through Edo Tensei, Tobarama connected his teleportation to Minato's existing network, allowing them to warp using each other's marks. This led to their combo move, the Flying Thunder God, mutually instantaneous revolving technique, where they'd switch places to catch enemies off guard. They also had personal versions, Tobarama's Flying Thunder God Slash, where he'd teleport in and pierce the opponent immediately, and Minato's Guiding Thunder, a barrier jutsu that diverted enemy attacks elsewhere. Night Gai is a forbidden taijutsu technique that unlocks when all 8 inner gates are opened, a power so extreme it can kill the user. Gai unleashes this form as his final trump card against Madara Uchiha. The moment he initiates it with the command Charge, his body erupts in a flood of red vapor known as the Steam of Blood, and his chakra takes the shape of an enormous blazing red dragon. Unlike other 8 gates techniques, which are named after animals and times of day, this one replaces the beast's name with Gai's own, signifying that he has become the dragon itself. When Gai shouts flow, he propels forward with such speed that space around him distorts, making it impossible to react or defend. The attack ends with a devastating kick so powerful, it obliterates the enemy's body and unleashes a shockwave of destruction. Even Madara, despite having the godlike power of the Ten Tails, was shaken and nearly destroyed by it. But the technique comes at a terrifying cost. Gai's leg is completely shattered, and the damage from opening all 8 gates causes his body to begin breaking down, disintegrating from the overwhelming chakra output. He would have died had Naruto not intervened, using his 6 paths power to save him just in time. The Tailed Beast Ball stands as the most powerful attack in the arsenal of tailed beasts, and Jinchuriki can wield it too when transformed. It's crafted by merging chakra in a specific 8:2 ratio, 8 parts black, positive chakra, and 2 parts white, negative. The user gathers this mixture in their mouth, shapes it into a sphere or cone, and then fires it at their target. Most launch it as a blast, but some opt for precision, swallowing the sphere and releasing it as a focused beam. Gyuki, for example, fires it as a giant wave. Kurama has launched tailed beast balls far larger than its own body, even when using only part of its full strength. This technique can travel at incredible speeds, fast enough that a blast from the 10 tails can cover miles in seconds. Tailed beasts can even coordinate and combine their attacks into a colossal, shared version. The resulting explosion is massive, capable of leveling nearly everything in its path. Even when the Jinchuriki isn't in full transformation, their version of the move is still incredibly destructive, though not quite as potent. Different users have unique variations. Obito, while hosting the 10 tails, summoned a tree to generate multiple tailed beast balls and fire them in every direction. Naruto, in his 9 tails chakra mode, shaped the sphere in his hand like a Rasengan. In the anime, Sora uses a large version of it while influenced by the 9 tails, and Himawari Uzumaki can launch a small one from her mouth and hair, making her resemble a mini Kurama. Even the god trees, with their connection to the 10 tails, have used this move. Jura, for instance, forms one directly from his Rinnegan. The continuous tailed beast balls are a more advanced form of the standard technique used by tailed beasts and their Jinchuriki. Rather than unleashing one massive blast, the user rapidly generates and fires several smaller projectiles in quick succession. This barrage increases the difficulty for enemies trying to dodge and creates a relentless wave of destruction. The real strength of this technique lies in its speed, wider coverage, and the overwhelming pressure from multiple simultaneous attacks. While each individual ball lacks the raw power of a fully charged tailed beast ball, the cumulative damage is still immense and can easily break through defensive tactics. This move made its debut in an anime-only scene where Kurama, in his six-tailed form, launches a rapid-fire assault on Pain using several tailed beast balls. The Wind Release. Rasen Shuriken is Naruto's advanced take on the wind release, Rasengan. After mastering the fundamentals, he developed this Rasengan variant, shaped like a shuriken with 4 razor-sharp blades. Naruto usually relies on 2 shadow clones to create it. One stabilizes the chakra, the other infuses it with wind nature, while Naruto channels raw chakra into the mix. Initially, the Rasen Shuriken had a tendency to fizzle out, forcing Naruto to use it at close range to ensure stability. Though devastating on impact, it also injured Naruto's own arm when used in melee. This flaw was corrected once he learned Sage Mode, allowing him to hurl the technique from a distance, staying safe while attacking. He can even expand it mid-air to catch fleeing targets off guard. The technique consumes a great deal of chakra. Naruto can usually manage 3 before exhaustion sets in. In Sage Mode, he could make 2 before needing to recharge, though he later trained enough to unleash 3 back-to-back. Once he enters Kurama Mode, the limit vanishes entirely. Its piercing edges can slice through stone and obliterate Pain's human path. Upon impact, the central core erupts into a vortex filled with countless microscopic wind blades that assault every cell in the enemy's body, cutting off their chakra network and halting any ninjutsu-based healing. Naruto later builds on the Rasen Shuriken, crafting different sizes, infusing it with other chakra types, and even merging it with tailed beast balls or truth-seeking orbs for devastating new variants. The Reaper Death Seal is a deadly and forbidden sealing jutsu born from the Uzumaki clan. It invokes the Death God, or Shinigami, to completely seal away a target's soul, at the cost of the caster's own. It's a technique of ultimate sacrifice. Minato Namikaze first used it during Obito's attack on Konoha, sealing half of Kurama inside himself. Hiruzen Sarutobi later employed it during Orochimaru's invasion, locking away Orochimaru's arms to stop him from using ninjutsu. Once the user completes the necessary hand signs, the Shinigami appears and creates a cursed bond, enabling the summoner to capture the enemy's soul. The Shinigami's hand emerges from the caster's body, grabs hold of the target's soul, paralyzing them and canceling any jutsu in progress. The summoner then extracts and seals the soul, which remains trapped inside the summoner's body. As the ritual concludes, the Shinigami slowly consumes the summoner's soul, resulting in their death. Neither soul passes on. They're imprisoned in the Shinigami's stomach, locked in eternal battle. The only way to release them is through the Reaper Death Seal release. To perform it, the user must don the Shinigami mask, allowing the Death God to possess them. By cutting open their own stomach, the Shinigami mirrors the act, releasing the trapped souls. However, the mask doesn't protect the user from fatal injury. Orochimaru used this method to regain his arms, but survived only by transferring to a new body. After freeing the sealed souls, he was once again capable of using the reanimation jutsu.